Ooh, two pops. Let's go. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Galaxy Greg. We hit the Bmore Nerdy podcast, and welcome to episode 114 of the Bmore Nerdy podcast with your host Galaxy. That distracted me. I'm sorry. Galaxy Greg, aka the OG Galaxy, aka Mr. Space Waits, aka the Hentai Aficionado, the Hentai Honcho. There we go. With me today is my co-host DVXOXO.
It's your girl, Diva XOXO, aka the Sophista Ratchet, aka the official, unofficial Diva Disney Princess, aka the HNIC, the head nerd in charge.
And my other co-host, HD No TV.
That's what they call me. Sometimes it's just HD, sometimes it's just TV, but they never call me no. People don't say no.
In today's
That was
climate, that's
good.
a crazy sentence. I just want you to know. That's
That was good.
nuts. That is wild. All right. Today's episode, we're going to be going over our recommendations for getting people into cartoons and animated series. Specifically, for those who might not usually watch them. You know, you might be a Criminal Minds, a Spartacus, a Game of Thrones type person where you only really watch things with people in it. And we want to show you that there are things that have great story, great animation, great everything. And some can be for adults, others can be for kids, some are just dope. So, we're going to give you our recommendations of cartoons and animations that we think are I'm sorry. He's messing with his camera. For audio listeners, he keeps messing with his camera, and it just started to make me laugh. So we're gonna give our recommendations for that today. We each have a list of about 7 or 8. And we're gonna give you a quick rundown of the title, the name, maybe how many episodes are in season for it. But yeah, that's what we're giving you guys. So let's get right into it. I would actually like to start.
Before you start, I just want to kind of piggyback off of what you were saying. This is off the back of episode 112, where we did recommendations of anime for people who want to get into anime. And I suggested, don't put this on your list because I already said it. I suggested Avatar as a great animation to get into if you want to get into like things that are more animated. And even though the show aired on Nickelodeon, has 3 seasons, and then you have Legend of Korra, which has 3 more itself. It may seem like it's for kids, but it is not. I mean, it is, but it tackles adult issues in a way that is not just digestible for kids, but also adults. And animation is pretty good, and it's just a great story. So, Greg, would you like to start us off?
Sure.
And I gave time for he to come back, so look at me.
Sure thing. All right. So to start you guys off, I'm gonna go with an adult show, so that you guys, so I can show you guys that not all cartoons and anime series are for children. And this show is something I've talked about, raved about a few times. I even gave like a small review of it way back when. It's called Primal. It's got 2 seasons. It's made by Ted Grundy. No bullshit. It's very gruesome, very gory show. It's a show about a caveman essentially, and basics, not spoilers, but basically how it starts off is his family gets killed and he's ready to kill himself, but he finds purpose in life and ends up traveling with a dinosaur, and it's about his adventures through the prehistoric era, like just trying to survive. And every episode is nuttier than the last, and the great thing about it is it conveys so much story and emotion without a single word being spoken throughout the entire show. He does not speak English, he does not talk, and nothing is ever said. He grunts, he groans, he roars. That's about it. But other than that, a story is still conveyed, and it's really good. Ted Grundy is amazing at storytelling. If you don't know, I believe he's also behind Samurai Jack, or like some of the animation behind Samurai Jack. They have very similar animation styles. But definitely give it a watch. It's on Adult Swim. It has 2 seasons. It was about 24 episodes, and I tell you now, it was really good. The ending, it caught me. It gave me a couple tears. It was real good though. Really, really good. Because Diva's mic's acting up. Nope, can't hear her. She tried.
See, y'all be complaining
Make
about
sure the plug's in, because that's usually what's the problem.
They complain about my visuals. At least my mic works. Dang.
And now your visuals are clear, because I'm pretty sure you just moved the camera from point A to point B, didn't you?
No, I can't move my laptop. That's the whole laptop over there. I
I'm
can't.
on to you. What's your first recommendation?
I'm going to be very basic and go Teen Titans. I'm actually
Amazing
gonna go
show.
Teen Titans. Yeah, because if you don't know, not Teen Titans, actually Teen Titan Go works. If you ever watch, I forget what they're called. Oh,
I will not allow that to be
Isekai.
recommended here. I hate it so much. I hate it
Well,
so much.
if you're interested in something like Hatalia, Isekai, Quartet, or what's the one with Attack on Titan when they're all chibi? I can't remember it. Um, but those like chibi versions of the real shows, that is essentially Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans. But I recommend Teen Titans because the way that Teen Titans flow and the fact that there is an underlying plot, sometimes they're episodic adventures, but they do have that underlying plot. There's character growth. They feel like high schoolers trying to figure it out, but they're not in high school. They're doing other things. That's a lot of anime. Like that setup and plot line right there, it's very similar. Animations might be similar in some shows, and you get the same amount of action, if not better, honestly, because a lot of anime have really good action sequence. So
Facts.
I think Teen Titans is like, if you really love Teen Titans, you want to see something similar to that, there are anime out there that we can get you to it. Just
Your camera froze, by the way. But I agree with him 100%. Teen Titans is one of those shows that the story isn't prevalent in the beginning. I can tell you that now. But once you get into the show, it is. And I think someone said a long time ago, like, there you go, your camera's gonna. One of the things that someone said was like, the way you can tell if it's gonna be a serious episode is it has the English theme song. If it's gonna be a comedic episode, it's got the Japanese theme song.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Mm-hmm. They switched it up. So if it
know.
was an episode that's gonna have more of a serious tone to it, English theme song. So all the English ones are basically the main plot, if you will.
I don't remember the Japanese intros.
It's in there. I promise.
They do it all the
It's on-
time.
It's on Prime. I know when there's trouble, you know who to call, and she sounded Japanese, but I never.
It goes. I mean, it's the same. It sounds exactly the same,
Yeah.
but it's in Japanese.
It's
Go back.
on Prime. I can figure
Go
it
back
out.
and give it a little watchity watch. Fun fact about Teen Titans: there's an episode. This is TMI. There's an episode I can't watch.
Why? Because you spanked your spank?
No, wait a minute, stop, no.
It was the flashback episode when Robin and Starfire kissed so she could learn his language.
Absolutely no. It's an episode I can't watch without getting an erection. Crazy thing.
I think what we said is pretty accurate.
I was not that far off.
Not far
was
off,
not.
but it's more so inexperience
Is
happened during.
Is it the one where Raven's clothes get ripped off?
No, it's not because of the episode. It's because of what happened during the episode.
Beast Boy turned into a monster and it was very tentacle-like.
It's not because of the episode. It's because of what happened outside of the TV during the episode.
Oh,
got
you
you.
had Teen Titans on in the background. While
Yeah,
he
there
was
you go.
nasty.
Yeah. There you go. I just
Tentacles
wasn't
were
trying to
messing with
directly
Gray.
say it.
Who wants to be nasty with "If there's trouble, you know who to call"?
Yeah, you know who to call.
Is that your stroke pattern?
If there's
That's a
trouble,
crazy
you
stroke pattern, by the way. But no, we're not getting into strokes here, buddy. Just so you know. Leaving that there. Maybe you'll get a story time someday on this podcast about that scenario in which happened. However, I'll tell you guys
derailed us
offline.
for nothing.
Huh?
You derailed us for nothing. That's what I'm hearing.
Derailed you?
Yeah,
for
that's
nothing?
what I heard.
Well,
No,
let's
I'm
hear
keeping
your
the people
anime.
interested for future story times. Come on, why is my fan as hot as shit in here? For
I
future
bet it
story
is.
times.
You're in the hot seat.
I am in the hot seat. I'm sweating, dog. Look, I'm glistening. Woo! Ah! Back to what's next. Woo!
So I've been talking about this since I've laid eyes on it. Since I first watched it, I'm gonna keep singing its praises, but it's a twofer for my first one. So this is very much looks like it's for kids, seems like it's for kids, but until you watch it, you realize this is adult animation. It has been Hotel. If you like musicals, especially, or if you like Broadway, this one is for you. Every episode has 2 music numbers, and not like, oh, it's like a music number. No, these songs are bangers. Like, they put effort into these songs. Like, they are bangers. You have some amazing voice actors. Sorry, y'all, my eye itching crazy. You have amazing voice actors in it. The guy from Beetlejuice, the play, like the Broadway show, is in it, and his voice is really cool. He plays Adam. So the show follows the Princess of Hell. Her name's Charlie, and she is opening a hotel to rehabilitate sinners in the hopes that they can go to heaven, because every year heaven comes down and does like a masquerade, not a masquerade, a massacre of the sinners of hell, and she wants to save her people as best she can. So it's following her journey with her battle, for lack of better words, with heaven, and it has highs, it has lows. It's a really good show. You can follow some of the characters who are trying to be rehabilitated. It happens in the same universe as Hell of a Boss. Now, I'm sorry. Hazbin Hotel can be found on Amazon Prime. It has 1 season. Currently, season 2 they wrapped it, so it's in editing, so it should be coming out soon. Hell of a Boss is on YouTube, and it has 3 seasons, right? Hell of a Boss has 3 seasons.
Yeah, they just finished off the 3rd, I believe.
Yeah, they're in the 3rd season, and it comes out once a month. They do episodes once a month. And this show follows what's the company called? I can't remember. Greg, do you remember the company's name? Whatever. Follows this company of contract killers. So they come to our world, the real world. They come from hell to the real world and kill whoever in hell has taken a contract out on someone for money, of course. And it follows them and their business and the people who work there. So
yeah, it starts as a comedy, but then it starts getting fucking serious.
Yes, it is very much serious. A comedy that goes serious. Both start off very funny, very comedic to draw you in, and then turn the feels up to 11. It's like, I'm gonna make you feel. I'm gonna make you feel those wounds from childhood. They're both really good plots, and I suggest them both because I know some people, like Greg, is not into musicals at all. He doesn't like shows that have musicals. But if you want the same kind of beats without the music, definitely Hell of a Boss. But if you enjoy music or you're interested in like what these songs are, and when I say these songs are bangers, I listen to them outside of the show. Hazbin Hotel. So those are my first recommendations.
All right, that's round 1. Round 2, begin.
Round 2.
I'm gonna say this one now because of you specifically and what you just made me think about. Okay. In terms of animation, and I'm gonna say BoJack Horseman. BoJack Horseman is a show. You can take it if you want, because I got
no. You got it.
But BoJack Horseman, because she literally said it's a show that starts off fun and then gets really serious, really grainy, and it's like, whoa, this is. I thought we were just having fun. No.
Right. And you're already invested in the characters. So the feels hit harder because you're invested in these characters because you've been having fun with them for so long.
Right. So BoJack Horseman is a show on Netflix. It's got 6 seasons. So for my bingers, go ahead and watch that. It's really good. Starts out super fun. It's about a guy who used to be on a sitcom show. Similar to what we're trying to get you out of right now. Yeah, he used to be famous. Think of him being on the Marlins or Living Single or something like that.
Also, it's like Family.
It's like Family Matters or Full House, either one.
Yeah.
So like he's like the dad on that show, right? But it's him years later. He's rich and he's kind of washed, and it's about him originally getting back into acting, doing more stuff, and how he's still kind of washed, but everyone thinks he's great, but he's really just a jackass, and it's super interesting because as it follows him, you get to see his highs and his lows, his dealing with depression, his dealing with imposter syndrome, him constantly sabotaging himself and his progress, and what it's like being a washed up actor, or being an actor who's gone through all of his paces and now has to deal with some of the bad that he's done in his life. I have to say, it's got 93% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and 8.8 on IMDb. It's really good. Yeah. It's really good. By season 4, you're like, why am I watching this show? But not in a bad way. You're like, why? Because it starts off so happy for you to get to where it gets, and it's what am I doing here? But you're so invested on how you want to see how it ends.
And it's how it's almost because it's so fluid, because you're just following a person. It's how did I get here? What what happened, but like you're watching the show, you like, that's how we got here. We did that.
And
Like, who knew that had consequences?
Everything in the show has consequences. It's not, and even season 1 that seems like, oh, this is just a goofy show. Nope, everything from season 1 has consequences later too. So
yeah,
definitely a watch. I rated it very high. I watched every season of it. It was really good. Definitely watch BoJack Horseman. Heed, you're muted. I don't know if you remember that you muted yourself a while ago.
Yeah, I was listening though. But I say fair warning, because when it comes to shows that use anthropomorphic characters, which essentially just non-human characters are the cast, they typically use that to address some deeper undertone that if they use people, a lot of people will be turned off from the show. The thing about BoJack Horseman, like they both said, it's a very great show. Each character in the show addresses some kind of issue.
Right.
Some kind of personal issue. BoJack's main ones: depression, alcoholism, the being washed, imposter syndrome. His friend
child
Diana,
abuse.
child
abandonment.
Todd, his loungy, house guest, he was dealing with his own issues, coming to terms with his sexuality, being asexual. And Diana was, I forget Diana's, to be honest.
It was like motherhood.
She had
in like what is it called when you like when you rely on someone, like you like attach yourself to someone. Yeah, codependency. She had really bad codependency.
Yeah, with Mr. Peabody, I think that's
Peanut butter.
Mr.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, and even he had his own, like he was the most happy character in the show,
and he still had shit going on.
Yeah,
like they deal with a lot of things, and that's what makes it really good because of how they introduce it to the audience, and it's very fluid, and you wouldn't really realize it until you're in the mix. But that's all I have to say. Great recommendation. My friend will kill me because you said that before I could, but it's okay.
All right. You're up next though.
You're laughing. I'm so serious. I know somebody who watches BoJack every day to this day since it came out.
Oh wow!
I can't do it. The 5th and 6th season are a little bit too depressing to watch continuously. Really good for a watch, but too depressing.
They know every episode to a T, to a heart.
Wow.
Y'all think he was gonna do it? Y'all gotta say what he was gonna do, but y'all think he was gonna do it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. As long as we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Well, you know the depths of Mr. Horseman. You know the depths. So you switched to BoJack, so I guess I will pivot to Rick and Morty. I'm gonna pivot to Rick and Morty.
Okay. I didn't have that on the list, but that's a great rec. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Rick and Morty itself is anime-esque, even though Rick and Morty standalone is a great show. If you don't know what Rick and Morty is in 2024, I'm sorry, but it's pretty much about
I was gonna say, like how your friend watches BoJack Horseman every day, I watch Rick and Morty.
I could honestly watch Rick and Morty every day.
That's that makes sense because it's funny all the time, and they're not always getting into like serious things. Like but Rick and Morty is about this pretty much the scientist. If you ever seen Doctor Who or know what Doctor Who is, Rick is a version of Doctor Who. He's multiversal.
He said that.
He's multiversal, yes. And great intelligent man, supposed to be the smartest man in the universe. He takes his grandson Morty on these adventures, and they progress, and there's a lot of character development for a show that's very episodic. There is a lot of character development, and there is, of course, an underlying plot. Something that I think is very key when you're watching a lot of different anime, especially like the high school rom-com stuff, because you'll be watching all these episodes and like they don't tie together, but there's always something in the episode that forwards the plot. It's not major all the time, but it's something significant. And Rick and Morty's like that. Also, one of the funniest animated shows I've ever seen. To this day, the Vat of Acid episode is the funniest to me, hands down. I don't even laugh during the episode. It's just the amount of petty that went into that episode, and the fact that the episode started with acne, the vat that Joker fell into from Batman. So I was like, great plug. But I'm not going to spoil that episode in case someone's never seen it. But just know, if you ever want to know how petty a person can be, watch the Vat of Acid episode, because not only was Rick as a character petty, but Steve Rowland, right? The creators.
Jeff Rowland
and I forget the other one. He's the main one. Jeff's
Dan,
not
Snyder.
No,
Not Dan Schneider. That's
Snyder.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Dan Harmon. There we go.
Harmon, yes. So Dan Harmon and Jeff and the writers, the intro of that episode when they're like after the intro credits and they're like running back through the episode, that whole argument they had was word for word the argument they had in the writers' room about this stupid ass episode. It was like, the vat of acid episode is so freaking dumb. Why would we do this? They turned that argument into the plot line and ran with it in the best way.
I'm now going to go back and watch that episode tonight, actually, because I gotta
watch that episode tonight.
Yes, that whole argument was them in the writers' room. Like, why would we do this? This is so stupid.
That's so
Are
funny.
you brain dead? Like,
acid? Do you have dementia?
Sorry, I had to turn on my fan. It's hot shit.
Speaking about that scene from Teen Titans.
You don't even know scene. You keep saying scene. You don't even know the episode. That's crazy.
I remember the scene, though. You remember the scene. That's
I don't remember the scene. Actually,
No.
Because now you're just saying you can't watch Teen Titans.
No, I can.
As
I
a
can watch
show.
all of Teen Titans except for 2 episodes.
Exactly. There's a
I can
scene
still
in
watch
those
it.
episodes.
He
No, I
said
can
one
still-
episode before, now it's 2.
It's 1 episode, but
Okay.
now we're not getting into it. We're not getting story time today. No, you're not
It's
drinking.
okay. You're in the hot seat because you wanted to be. We didn't ask you to mention that. You brought that up.
It was just a fun thing to bring up. Now I'm getting bullied, and that's not fair. Diva, what's your next rec?
Fun. It's all fun. Let's see. Something good. Okay, this one's for Heed because he said that he loves like a Greek god storyline. So it's on Netflix. It has 2 seasons now. Blood of Zeus. It's really good. It follows. It's another spin on like a Zeus bastard child, but it's a little bit more. Not accurate. It is not accurate. Let me make that very clear. But it's a little bit more accurate. It follows, I don't remember which one of his children, I think.
Oh, something.
Not Heracles.
It's
It's
something with an O.
Ophelia?
I think it's Ophir.
Well,
Keep
follows
going. I'll
him,
look it up
but
for you.
it's very close to the Heracles storyline. He does not know that he's a demigod and it is hidden from him, but Zeus helps him every now and again. But Hera finds him, and he was hidden away because so Hera couldn't find him. And
Heron.
exact revenge. Huh?
Heron.
So that Hera couldn't exact her revenge. She eventually finds him and fucks with him because she can't fuck with Zeus because he's the king of the gods, but she can fuck with his kids and the bitches he sleep with. And that's what she does. So you're just watching her trying to fuck with Zeus because she's mad that he cheated on her. You know, again, some more. It's really good. I think it's a really interesting take on that, like on one of Zeus's many infidelities. So if you like Greek mythology and you like to see those kind of storylines play out, I suggest Blood of Zeus. I have not seen season 2. Couldn't tell you what it's about. That's all season 1.
Certified lover boy? Nah, not Zeus.
I need to watch Blood of Zeus. It's on my to-do list. I think I rewatched Record of Ragnarok instead of watching that. So
It was
It's on
cool.
my list.
I didn't
So
dislike
maybe
it.
that one.
I think for an entry show, it's really good. For me, someone with extreme levels of ADHD, I was predicting everything in that show, and it pissed me off so bad that I had to like stop
Don't you hate
watching
when that
because of it.
happens?
Yeah.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sucks,
ADHD
but it's cool.
power. It's a blessing and a curse.
All right. So my next one, I'm gonna get into some more happy time stuff. And go in the mech route in specific and go Symbiotic Titan. This was one of the shows that came on during Cartoon Network's very specific run of shows where they were doing amazing in terms of animation, in my opinion. Hold on, my mouse died. I don't want to give you the exact amount of seasons. They were doing amazing amount in terms of animation, in terms of shows. All those that were coming out were really good. This one, it got canceled.
Interesting shows too.
It was but it was really good. Essentially, the plot of it has one season. It has one really long season, though. It's 20 episodes, right?
They broke it in half.
Yeah, they broke it in half, so it seems like it has 2 seasons, but it's one long-ass season, but it's 2 parts, essentially. Basically the storyline for that is these guys are aliens and they got pushed off their home world by this guy who's a tyrant trying to take over. It's a princess. It's the best knight as her guardsman and a really advanced robot, and they're trying to blend in with humans, but this guy keeps sending monsters, and when they send monsters they gotta mighty morph into this big ass titan that takes both of them working together in tandem along with the robot to actually be able to work. Otherwise, and it's about like them, because they're basically teenagers, it's about them going to high school, them adapting, them coming into their own, because the guy being militant, it's like got a really good story. The guy being militant, he like he's your basic, you know, long dark haired outcast type dude, and it's about him coming into his own, as well as a girl who's a princess learning about how to be around people, and the robot who's strangely human to a certain degree, finding out that he's more than a robot. Like, all of them going through all these paces while they're still trying to survive on Earth. And it's got some really good fight scenes. It's got very clippable moments. It's really cool. Like, it's a really good show. I feel like if I talk too much about it, I'm going to give it away since it's only one season. And I really want you to watch it. It's very enjoyable. It's a quick watch. I wish it got more seasons, but this is around
Cartoon Network hates us. That's what it was.
So, fun fact, I'm going to give you guys a little education on this that I learned from TikTok University. A lot of shows that come on Cartoon Network and such get canceled because of toy sales. Toy sales, in terms of how a lot of big companies want them to go, they want segregated toy sales in the sense of they want girls to buy My Little Ponies, Barbies, etc., and boys to buy Power Rangers, mechs, action figures, right? Because then they're making double the profit. However, when you have shows like Symbiotic Titan, where you have good female characters and good male characters and interesting stories, both people want to buy the toys. You no longer have a segregated toy market. So because of that, if little brother buys the toys, but big sister also likes the shows, she can play with little brother and they don't have to buy two separate sets of toys. Now we're sharing. Now I'm not making as much profit. Now, because of reasons like that, shows get canceled. I don't know why this show got canceled, but I suspect it's one of the shows that fell victim to that happening. Because it was very likable. They had toys for a little bit. Either the toy sales didn't do well or the toy sales didn't do as well as they wanted, is what I think happened.
They also, like, some of these shows, animation is expensive, and so they depend on toy sales to fund following seasons and stuff like that. So even if the show is popular and well liked, if it is not making merchandise sales on the outside, it's not going to get a renewal because they're not going to be able to afford it.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, want to say for this show, they was killing the monsters. It wasn't any like Power Rangers, oh boom, it's gone. No, they were breaking the arms off and stabbing shit with it. Like, it was pretty violent for a Cartoon Network show. Like, niggas was getting active in that show. And then the military
it came on in the evening. It came on like at 6:30, 7. It was like an evening show.
Oh yeah. It was a good show. That was good watching right there.
It was technically like their teenager block.
Yeah, it was their teenager block. It was geared for older people. Cause like they expressed that war happened. They expressed that people died. Like, they expressed that often. Like, there wasn't anything like in the military was after them. Niggas got tortured. Like, the dance scene is
we have fan service.
Dance too much, booty in the pants. Break it, booty quick it. Turn around. Don't shit get. That was a good episode.
She was getting it.
Yeah, she was getting it. She wanted that homework done. Say, hey, horny nerd, let me shake some ass. Do this homework. My nigga said, no.
We have to study. What are you doing?
But guess what?
Watch
Octus got bitches. So, yeah. But
I don't care.
That's my rec.
I don't care if it was about toy sales. Understand? I feel like Cartoon Network 2008 to like 2014, they had so many good shows come out that they just dropped.
Facts.
Because the toy sales was so dumb. Like, they had shows that everyone loved. One season canceled, not getting renewed. Nobody knows why. They just pressed on until we get to Uncle Grandpa. Not going to get into Uncle Grandpa. We're going to press forward.
I hated that show so much, dog.
Show so stupid. And they just kept playing it. All right, it's your turn, Heat.
I forget where we are, but I think I'm gonna go. Oh, you just made me lose my train of thought. You said Symbiotic Titan, it made me think of Full Metal Panic because they have a lot of similarities. Um, I'm just gonna go Gravity Falls because I can't remember what
That's
I
a
was gonna
great one
say.
too. Before you
I
get
didn't
into
get
it,
into Gravity Falls.
before you get into it, just so you know, they just released the Book of Bill, as
I heard about that.
a book that's interactive where it has like clues and stuff about Bill
Mhm.
and his origins and all this stuff. It's really big hitter right now. But continue. Go ahead. Saw you.
I didn't know Star Wars: The Clone Wars aired until 2020. I don't remember
They keep so in the Clone Wars series, there's a bunch of shows that kind of get tacked onto it because there's so much that happens during the Clone Wars from like
but Ahsoka's still in it.
yeah,
Whatever.
they're
Sidetrack.
milking that series. Yeah,
They did milk it. I don't remember it airing that long. It was not on Cartoon Network long enough. I
that's the show.
I honestly want to say Gravity Falls. I just can't think of why I said Gravity Falls.
Was
If
it
one
the
of you has a
mystery?
better,
Sure, I can
yeah,
help you.
yeah,
So I watched
yeah.
Gravity Falls all the way through, and that's another one of those shows that starts off as goofy, having fun. It's about these two kids who go to live with their great uncle. There we go, because it's their great uncle Stan, and he lives in Gravity Falls, Oregon, and it's an actual place in the real world in Oregon that is weird. There's a lot of scientific anomalies that happen there that aren't 100% explained, and it's known as a weird place. But in Gravity Falls, this guy owns this shop. It's where he has a bunch of weird stuff like unexplained animals, and he's obviously a scam artist. But it's about how Dipper, one of the twins, finds a book, and it's got a hand with 6 fingers on it and a 3, and it's a journal of written mysteries that's going on in Gravity Falls, like creatures like gnomes, unicorns, all that stuff like that, like are actually there. And Dipper likes solve mysteries, so he goes out and seeks some of this stuff and tries to find it and figure out why Gravity Falls is so weird. It starts off as a very kooky, funny show, and then like, oh, we got into trouble with some gnomes, and oh, we were looking for a thing called the hide behind, which you can never find because it hides behind everything. So like if you're looking, and it follows you for fun, and as soon as you turn around, it won't be there because it'll be like hiding behind a tree like this, and then it'll keep following you, then it'll hide behind a rock. Like it does shit like that. Like, and it's about them finding these kooky mysteries and stuff, but then it gets a story. It gets a real good story. Oh my goodness, the story is so good. Who wrote the journals? Who's Bill Cipher? Who's doing this? Why is this happening? What happened to this person? What is this mysterious secret organization that wipes people's memories? Shit like that just pops up, and it gets a really good story. If you're into mysteries, Gravity Falls, because towards the end of that show, it's got a lot of good mystery, and it has a great conclusion. Great conclusion.
Thank you, Greg. Everything he just said, imagine it in my voice, and that's my turn. On to the
So since I hate to follow this wave because I have a really good list, but I have to talk about this show because I was against it for a really, really long time. I would not watch it. I was like, it's not for me. I gave it like I did the 3-episode rule, did not like it. But a podcast that I like is called The Read. They kept talking about it, like how it was just like this queer phenomenon show, and it just gave all of the gay vibes, and it's just so good. And like, so the show is Steven Universe. And it starts off so like just goofy and kooky and just kind of like
theme here. Like animated shows start off goofy and kooky just to draw you in, and then after that, we get serious. I'm hitting you with all the feels. We're gonna talk about depression.
But I think I really stuck with Steven Universe because, and I hate to say like, oh, you need to watch it to get to this point, but like it is the ending that is the chef's kiss for me. It's the ending and the like the second season, like the second part.
Call it part 2. Older.
Part 2.
When he's older, right?
Yeah. That's really like, whew. Like I get it. I feel you, Steven. Like, who are you? What do you do now? Like, you fulfilled your purpose. Who are you without the purpose? What is your purpose? And I was like, what is my purpose? Like, it really has you questioning. So, Steven Universe is a show that follows this boy who is part gem. the gems are an alien race made up of like actual gemstones, and they have a ranking, and it's a militant society that follows the diamonds. And so depending on your ranking is how well you're treated and all this other stuff. And their job is to take over other planets and colonize them. And they were supposed to colonize Earth, but a rebel of Rose Quartz basically started a rebel army, and they were never able to colonize Earth. And so every now and again they send like scouts and stuff, but in doing that, because every time they keep thwarting the scouts and just kind of like not letting them take over, they get on the radar of the bigger diamonds. And it's just how Steven's connection in all of this. And he has 3 gems that he worked with Rose Quartz, who was his mom, to do the revolution and protect Earth. So I know Greg made a face about it because, again, like, it took me a really, really long time to get into it. But once I did,
I made a face because I watched the whole thing. I watch it and I feel this way. So
I really appreciated it once I like.
It was
especially like part 2 is my favorite by far. Like the part 2 and the movie are really.
The movie was fucking good. The movie was real good. Oh God, that was a great movie.
I'm gonna.
You left me for 500 years. Oh, dang you! Oh my dog. What's up?
And I just really think, like, especially for my queer folk, it is for us.
Almost definitely.
It's one for us.
Because I don't care what the creators say. When the gems dancing, they be fucking.
One of her dances is like this. She be like moving her hips.
You ever see how all the gems get like flustered when they're like, we should fuse it? Oh, with you, Garnet? Oh, it's like a threesome. When you think about it, I would be flustered too. Yo, we should have a threesome right now. Oh shit! Oh, you serious? Yeah, right now. In front of Steven? Steven, and no, Pearl covered his eyes the first time she saw someone fuse.
And yeah, like, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?"
But I feel like this is Greg's skepticism time. This is me theorizing. So don't take this seriously, of course. But I feel like the creators said it's not fusion isn't fucking because of 2 reasons, right? Reason number 1, Steven and Greg fusion. Reason number 2, Connie and Steven are children.
They are children. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, they're children, and fusing with your dad is crazy.
Kids fuck nowadays.
Hey, come on, man.
I'm not supporting that. Everything I know about Steven Universe comes from a movie.
It's cool. It's not for everyone. I definitely would recommend it to certain people. Like, if I know you, they have a lot of songs and musicals in that too.
They do.
But
I'm not a fan of that part.
If you're Garnet singing about how Ruby and Sapphire flames.
Well, yeah, that's because Estelle is Garnet.
Doesn't matter. Still flame. But it was really good. I didn't know that actually, but it was really good. It was really good. I just have my gripes about it. I'm not going down the show. Like, I still give it like a solid 7 out of 10. He's your hand raise?
No, I'm flipping this pen.
Oh, bet. Okay. So I still give it like a solid 7 out of 10. I know other people give it higher. I watched the whole show, but at the same time, like, it wasn't something for me, and that's fine. It's okay.
Like to be honest, I've watched the whole show, and I think I've only gone back and watched part 2, like, for myself. Like, again, part 2 in the movie again. And anything that has to do with Sapphire and Garnet is great. They are the best.
Sapphire and Garnet. You mean Sapphire and Ruby? Yeah, they are the best. All right, my next one. We taking it back to 2003 when I was rushing home to be able to watch this show at 4 p.m. I forgot what the block was called, but I remember the animation for it was like a chick getting into a ship and going to her sub, and like she was playing shit on the TV on Cartoon Network. My next recommendation is Code Lyoko. Cause Code Lyoko was lit, and it still is. Cause I literally less than a year ago, I went back and watched all of the show because it has a really good story. I didn't know for a long time. I did not watch
Even
live.
the
Don't watch the
action?
fucking live action of Code Lyoko. Do not do that to
No,
yourself.
so the live action's the follow-on season.
The what?
There's a live action that's the follow-on season to season 6. What
It's
is it?
only got 4 seasons, but I know I'm not watching that. I'm not ruining Code Lyoko for myself. Code Lyoko is really good. It's a show. So basically, it's a show about these kids. They go into a virtual world to defeat this virus that has the capability of coming into the real world by affecting these towers there. The show starts with a girl named Alita who's stuck in this virtual world and has been existing there. And they know if she dies, it's game over. Period. Point blank. However, is that time out?
Never mind. Continue. You already started.
Okay. They know if she dies, game over, and their goal is to defeat Xana, the virus inside the thing. Because every time Xana affects one of these towers, something in real life gets affected. So, it's hilarious because this computer virus, that's like a supercomputer virus, has beef with a bunch of people in like middle school, and that's the funniest thing. It is actively trying to kill middle school students every week, and it's kind of funny. But when I say it affects certain things, like you would think it's small stuff and it's not that bad. No, there was one time it affected a weather machine, and it affected the weather and created a blizzard and tried to freeze these kids to death. Or it got into some laughing gas and started making people laugh to death. Now, the only thing about it is once things happen, after they finish the tower, after they reset everything, they have a program, it's a supercomputer they use that allows them to return 24 hours in the past. Or about 24 hours in the past, 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah. Right before Xana hit the tower.
Exactly. So whenever right before Xana hit the tower, you're right. So like if Xana hit the tower a week ago and it took them a week to get this thing fixed, they go back one whole week. But they're all trying to do this while actively attending a boarding school in which they still have to go to classes, still have to maintain appearances.
Competitive classes too.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like a really expensive, like high tier boarding school where like they're all trying to attend classes, still have student lives, and still do other things. And they're like the average teenage age of like 12, 13, your tween age, where you're going through a lot. You're going through changes, you're going through developments, crushes, exploring yourself, exploring others. And it's a really interesting show because like the show once again, one of the shows starts kind of goofy and it's like, oh, I get the plot line, but it has a story and the story gets really in depth really quickly. And from there, like it gets really good. It gets really, really good as you unlock some of the mysteries behind what Xana is and Alita's past and all that.
Right. That was a good record. All right, continue.
All right, coming back in the show. Yeah, come back in the show. Heat, it's your turn. Definitely recommend that.
I don't know. At this point, I think I'm gonna just fully go dark as fuck.
Okay.
Because we should all know Adventure Time's a great recommendation. Not gonna get into that.
I was gonna put that on my honorable mention.
Yeah, I'm going to actually just say Made in Abyss. I mean, it's technically an anime, but that's
dark as fuck, and that is an anime.
That's so dark.
I know it. I know it's
no anime. That's
you're
the
not
rule.
Following the rules.
Because you could introduce it as a kid's show for the first 3-4 episodes.
First 10 minutes. Fuck. That show gets dark.
If we're not gonna do that, then I'm gonna go with the show I just finished. Oh, I forgot about Midnight Sun. Batman Prime Crusader. I think that's what it's called. So there's a new Batman series on Prime. It's called Batman the Crime Crusader. It is super good. Like it's early Batman, him first starting his career. Like he don't even treat Alfred like a person. He called that man Pennyworth. And
I'm in.
It just came out not too long ago.
Cape
I forget her name. Cape
Ooh,
Crusader.
Christina Ricci's in it.
What's her name? Shout out to, I forget her name on Instagram, but Joker something, because she made a video about it and it made me like, oh yeah, that is out. Let me go watch that. But it's early series Batman when he's first starting his career. It's a different retelling because Harley Quinn is her own person in there. Like she's not attached to Joker in her origin story. She has her own background.
I see.
They don't have the typical villains. You get the Harvey Dent being a, what is it, prosecutor version of Harvey Dent. it's just one of those series where it's like it's very dark. There's a lot of action. It's mostly a real serious telling of Batman's origins, not his origins, his early first career. Yeah, it's like year one Batman. If you've ever seen that movie,
Yeah, that was hard for him. That nigga was suffering.
yeah, it's very similar because honestly, a lot of those episodes you really read between. He does take L's.
Penguin's a woman.
Who?
Penguin.
Oh yeah. Penguin was a woman in this series.
Yeah, I like
Gordon and his daughter, they're black. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, the voice actress is black, so that's probably why.
Hey, they didn't have to do that, but they did that, and I love it. But it's one of those series. If you're someone that likes, I'm gonna say psychological because I still see Batman as a character in his universe being a very psychological show. You like psychological, dark mystery, thriller, crime dramas. Batman's a good segue into anime like that because there's plenty of anime out there like that. I guarantee it. But honestly, I gotta say, I'm just gonna plug that. Turn it back on. There we go. Yeah. That was a soft plug. Go watch Batman Great Crusader.
No, great recommendation. I'm gonna watch it because everybody knows Batman is my favorite superhero, so I'm in.
You're gonna love the retelling of Harley.
Like, I love anything Batman. I like all of the tellings. Like I feel like Batman is such a fun. Like this, the way they do it is always fun. So
you need to watch somebody play the Telltale series of Batman because that's a fun. Gonna love it. Yeah, that's a fun way that him and Joker relationship was introduced in there. It was way different than anything else. And then that was one of those universes where Batman's father, whose first name I'm blanking on right now.
Thomas Wayne.
Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas, he was basically a crime villain in that whole telling. Like they're digging up his past after his death. It's like, yeah, Thomas was involved in this. He was involved in that. He was like, no, that doesn't sound like my dad. He was a good, wholesome man. It's like, no, your dad was running this town. Like, I don't know what they told you, but yeah,
Court of Owls type shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a rec for you, Diva. Go watch the Telltale. Somebody play it, or you play it if it's still out there somewhere.
It's out there. Diva, what's your next show?
Great. So I'm going to do another one that's for people if you like hospital dramas, so like your med shows, so like your ER, your Grey's Anatomy, those kind of shows where it's like a hospital drama. What's that other one that Jordan likes? The Resident, stuff like that.
The Resident.
Oh, I know this show. You and Jordan were talking about it. Yep.
Yeah, it's called The Second Best Hospital in the Galaxy. Super funny, super fun. It follows these two doctors, young female doctors, who are just trying to figure out how to just basically make their hospital the best hospital in the galaxy. And their rival hospital just so happens to be run by one of their exes, and they get in trouble with the board sometimes when they decide to do procedures that maybe are a little bit more risky. And it's animated version of your typical hospital drama. It's super good. If you like Grey's Anatomy, this is for you. If you're like, oh my god, Grey's Anatomy, I love it. If you like any of those any show that centered around a hospital, it's same thing. It's just animated.
Scrubs, all that.
Yeah, Scrubs, all that kind of stuff. It's really good, and it's the only difference is none of the diseases are real. You're not going to hear oh, this person has cancer or this person had a heart attack. It'll be some weird my favorite episode is the STD episode, and the STD turned you into the last person that you had sex with.
That shit is so funny.
You'll physically change. Your physical appearance will turn into the person whoever you last had sex with, whoever gave it to you. And then if you give it to them, they'll turn into you, blah, 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 and so on and so on. And so because, in a lot of these hospital shows, everybody's having sex with everybody. It's just people turning into each other all around the hospital. And it's really funny. It's funny, and it tackles some, it does talk about mental health, kind of normally as we see it, but like it also has basically these young girls just trying to make it. They just trying to be dope doctors. So if you like med shows, I highly suggest you give this a try. And it's funny, but it also has some like deep moments as well. So yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, I just thought about a Rick and Morty episode from that when he kept giving them all the guns, like the anti-bully gun, and then he shot himself.
The one that shot out Jeffrey Dahmer.
My new favorite Rick and Morty episode is Ricky.
Oh, I hated that episode.
So good.
What was I gonna say? So my next one that I'm gonna recommend is a fun one all the way through that has a story later on, but is the acid trip of TV shows in terms of like cartoons. It's Regular Show. I was gonna say, so let me start with this. I was gonna say The Batman, but since you already got one of the Batman shows, I'll throw it in my,
Watch The Batman. It's one of the best versions.
I'll throw it in the honorable mentions and I'll talk about it really quickly. But
Batman's the one with the black Joker, right?
That's Mark Hamill's. I thought it was Mark Hamill playing it.
No. It's a black guy. What is he in? He's in a bunch of
up
stuff.
on my screen, big dog. Let's see.
When I say the black Joker, y'all, he for sure had locks.
Yeah, he had dreads.
Oh yeah. No. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That one. The one that looks like a really creepy clown. Yeah. That Joker. Yeah.
He looks like he's from the Bayou.
Yeah.
But he's played by. Oh, does Mark Hamill? Mark Hamill doesn't play it. I'm gonna get the voice actor for him because
we'll come back to that.
Here he is. He plays a lot of voices that you know. He plays like
what's his name?
He plays Virgil's dad.
His name is
Evan M. Richardson.
Okay.
Yeah. That's probably the voice you remember him as most.
So, Regular Show is what I was getting at. Regular Show is a show about a blue jay and a raccoon, right? They work in a park. Their manager is a gumball machine. I know this sounds... Bear with me. Let me cook.
Anthropomorphic characters.
Anthropomorphic characters, right? But it's about them working in a park. These two are the biggest slackers ever. And basically every episode is how turning something simple becomes saving the world. Example, arm wrestling episode. Rigby cheats at arm wrestling. He buys a little robotic arm, he hides it under his fur so he can beat people at arm wrestling. He beats the strongest guy there, Skips, a giant old 1,000-year-old gorilla. And he beats Skips. Skips gets pissed off and because he's embarrassed, rips the robotic arm off of him. He's like, now we're gonna really arm wrestle. He picks this man up, slams him through the table and kills him, and then has to arm wrestle death to get his soul back. Regular Show in a nutshell. There's a clip that's out where there's like, Benson, I know you're not gonna believe us, but we gotta help this unicorn pass a U.S. history test or else the Earth's gonna blow up. That's literally Regular Show. That's a quick example. Their job was to set up a party room. That's it. That's the episode. Regular Show is like a fever dream, but it's fucking hilarious. And it's really, really, really good because you get to see a cast of characters, almost all anthropomorphic, and it eventually starts getting a really good story too, to where it follows... Their story episodes are like few and far in between where they place them in, but it's all like a part of continuity. And even some episodes where you think that would just be like, oh, that doesn't mean anything, can come back later. And it was just really fun. It's a really fun show to watch where it's just quite literally a fever dream. Like, it's like just a quick 30-minute having fun. And if you don't want to watch Regular Show because that one sounds too kooky, watch show Close Enough. Close Enough is written by the same people, except it's about a adult couple who's married with a child who has two other crazy roommates who are dating. It has similar plot lines, but is more realistic in the sense of it's a more adult version of Regular Show with people in like real life situations.
Pick up with Heed. Right.
All right. Okay, and we're back from our little pee break. Heed, what's your next recommendation?
See how y'all both gonna come back and then tell me I'm up on the clock.
Like, all right, let me know when you're ready, and then I'll do it again.
No, I'm gonna go ahead with Midnight Gospel.
Taking me to
The
church.
Midnight.
nigga?
So it's an animated series, quote unquote, on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but it's actually just a podcast, and they put visuals behind it. So it's a lot of surreal animation. Like it's
Oh, I'm
very
so
trippy,
watching
a
this.
lot
What
of
the
colors.
fuck? It's on Netflix right now.
Is it
Yeah. Okay.
called?
I didn't know if it was still there. The Midnight Gospel.
Is it about like trips or something like that? Because it looks like they talk about like what's it called?
It's a podcast. Like they did a podcast and put visuals behind it. So it's just him talking to the guest.
All right.
I haven't watched in a while, but it's definitely a good show to put on like towards bedtime, just because the colors, the vibe, it's very calm and chill. It's not a direct correlation, but I think of Fooly Cooley when I watch that. Probably a terrible thing to think about, but I'm always thinking about Fooly Cooley. So, just the chill vibes. You can definitely find some anime out there that are very chill vibes. Might be like about music or cooking, colors, or maybe like Fooly Cooley, which is literally an anime about nothing, but it is so entertaining. I won't get into that, but if you ever do watch it, don't look for meaning, because there is none. The creator himself said there is no meaning. It's just Fooly Cooley.
Diva.
All right, so I think a lot of my recommendations have been like, oh, it's funny and then it gets serious, or it's like really funny, it's lighthearted. So I'm gonna go a little bit more serious. This one is very action packed.
I know what it is.
Would you like to guess?
You're gonna say Castlevania.
I am. Good.
You're predictable.
On your
I knew what it was.
That was
So
predictable, yeah.
Castlevania is based off of a video game, which you guys all know I'm a super gamer. Like I just be out here gaming all the time. It's crazy.
So you want me to edit that out, right? Because the lies outright is crazy.
Name the game everyone's hype about in October.
The game everyone's hyped about in October, the game I'm playing.
I know. I'm gonna
There's
know
only
when he
one.
says it, but as soon as you say it, I'm gonna be like,
It's
oh,
a
I knew
reboot
that.
of a game that was on PS2, because you're such a gamer, and everyone played this game on PS2 because it was a number 3 in the series of everyone's favorite show. It's a great fighting game. You love it. Yeah,
Oh!
She's actively typing it up for people.
I
that
got
can't.
you. Yeah. Why did I not? I knew that. Like,
You knew that. You knew.
I knew that. I have it pre-ordered. What do you mean?
I haven't.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just looking and it's so obvious. Yeah.
It's so obvious.
I don't know.
Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
That's what y'all are excited about?
Niggas are wrecked for this game.
So erect. They've been erect for half their life. Literally.
Oh, okay.
There hasn't been a good Dragon Ball game since Tenkaichi 3.
Which is crazy because I don't remember a 2 or a 1. I don't remember a Tenkaichi 2 or 1. I don't remember a Tenkaichi 3. But I remember Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
I don't even know where Budokai came into it. Why is it Budokai Tenkaichi 3?
Because there was 2 separate series apparently. There was Tenkaichi and then there was Budokai, and they both had 3 games.
That's crazy.
No one remembers any of them but Budokai Tenkaichi 3. And I froze.
That's Castlevania. It's following. So Castlevania is a game that follows different Belmonts. This one follows specifically Trevor Belmont and his pursuit of like the family, the Belmonts. They fight the supernatural, vampires, demons, the whole shebang. And it's following him as he tries to take down Dracula, because Dracula is mad for very legitimate reasons. But he can't just be destroying the world because he's upset. So I highly recommend it.
Stand behind it.
Yeah. Now, do I think he's justified in his anger? Yes.
Why you raise your hands up like you was gonna say no?
But my butt.
It's episode 1.
I would like to live.
It's episode 1, yes. Dracula is pissed off because niggas tried his wife, and so he had.
Dracula's upset because humans killed his wife and they claimed she was a witch because she was a doctor. She was a scientist. She studied science, learned a lot from him, and used it to help people, medicine and all the other stuff. And the church, if they don't control it, you're a witch. They don't understand it back in those days. So they killed. Yeah. So they killed her, and because he was, first of all, he never liked humans anyway, and she was the only human he liked. And so because they killed her, he basically told y'all, get y'all shit together. I give y'all 1 year and to figure it out.
Didn't she beg them like, yo, don't make him do this?
Yes. She was like,
if not for me, for yourself.
She said, not begging for life. Literally, her last words were basically like, forgive them for they not know what they do. That was literally her last words, because she understood, like, man is dumb. I hate to say it like that. Man is dumb. And when I say man, I mean humanity is dumb, and that they make mistakes, but like, you being upset about this doesn't mean unleash your wrath. And he didn't give two shits about her saying that, because he unleashed his. So he comes back a year later, and instead of being like, our bad, or we're sorry, or forgetting about it, they are having a full-blown party. We killed this witch. We've had a year of prosperity. See, he was talking shit. He wasn't really about it. And he was like, hold my beer. And yeah. So he did Trevor Belmont, and he gets she's not a witch. What is she? She's not a witch.
Sorceress.
A sorceress. Okay. And I'm not going to say who the third person is. I speak about him heavily, but I'm not going to say who he is, because it is a part of the mystery in the first couple episodes. I think 1 or 2 episodes. So I'm going to let that go. I'm not going to say who he is, but they all band together to defeat Dracula. It's a lot of action, a lot of blood, kind of gory. I'm not going to say scary, but it's like demons and stuff. So if you like have nightmares and stuff, I get it. Maybe not for you, but really, really good storyline, good character development, justice for my boy. That's it.
Okay, I'm going into my next one. We talked about Teen Titans earlier, but I'm going to talk about Young Justice.
I was on my list. Go ahead.
A show that got canceled. The people wanted it so bad that it got canceled because of the toy reason. That is confirmed. It got canceled because of the toy reason I spoke about earlier. Then the people wanted it back so bad. It had 3 seasons, and they gave us the 4th and final season. And my lord, I watched this show because I heard season 3 was coming out, because the show got canceled the first time. Then they gave us season 3. Season 3 ended on a cliffhanger. So then they were like, here's season 4. Like several years later.
Yeah, canceled a few times because season 3 came out again. Yeah.
Season 1. Yep. Go ahead.
No, season 1 came out in 2012. I remember that. And there's only 4 seasons. I don't remember when the other 3 came out, but I know the last one came out like 2 years ago.
So season 1 came out when we were like in 2012, like right before we went to college. Season 2 came out once again right before we went to college. That's when we heard during college that season 3 got renewed, because it got canceled essentially. It was in holding. So season 3 came out mid-college, and then season 4 came out during COVID, I think, like right before or right after COVID.
It was after COVID, because I was here watching season 4. So I watched season 4.
Exactly. So season 3 ended on a cliffhanger, so we were like, they got to, but then it was like, no, it's canceled. But then the fans were like, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. We love it, and they did. And it was real quick. It was on Max. That's why I was able to watch it. It came out on Max week by week.
Yeah, you only could watch it on Max.
Exactly. It is on Max right now. It has 4 seasons. It is amazing. I'm sorry I didn't tell you what the show is about. The show is about all of the sidekicks in the Jesus Christ, it's so good. It's about all the sidekicks. They're tired of being sidekicks, but they're not ready to be full-fledged heroes, right? From the Justice League, the DC universe. And they're like, it's like Robin, Kid Flash, Red Arrow, Aqualad, and Miss Martian. There we go. And Artemis. Those are all and Superboy. Those are starting crew. And it's all of them kind of like, we're tired of being like your lackeys. Like we are more than that. We are able to take down these villains by ourselves. To which they're like, you know what? You are ready. We're gonna make you guys a team. to which they become a covert ops team that handles certain missions specifically for the Justice League. So now they're not the sidekicks of these superheroes. They're their own team working in tandem with the Justice League. They get their own base, they do this and that, they go on their own missions, but it has a super deep story that evolves as they get older, and you get to follow the story as these characters get older.
I mean, you follow them literally from teenage to adulthood.
Yeah, because it's like a time skip between seasons 2 and 3. And then you get to see what happened to the team, how it's evolved, and what's going on with it. And it's a really interesting, more adult play on like how Teen Titans kind of went. You don't see a lot of the people from Teen Titans, but you do see some, and you get these interesting storylines that introduce you to other characters, like what is it? What are they? Image Comics. Image Comics characters such as Static Shock, Rocket, and Icon. They're all in there. Mr. Terrific's in there as well. Those are
and
all.
Icon is a I'm sorry I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
Not Icon. Who's Icon's? Rocket becomes a main character season 2. She becomes a main cast character, which is nice because we get some us faces.
You get to really explore seeing sidekicks do hero jobs and really go through their own paces and figuring themselves out. And the best part about it is a lot of these characters are finding out who they are outside of the superhero shit. Because like a lot of them know I'm the ish when I'm a superhero, but what am I outside of the clothes? And that's a lot of the show, but it's not like too much. It's really good. If you like really anything with DC, watch Young Justice. It's a very good show.
And if you like anything that like has really good character development, I suggest Young Justice. It's one of the best shows at doing character development, especially over 4 seasons.
Absolutely. All right, Heath, you're up.
Yep.
You guys are making me do hard things.
I have 3 more.
I got one I could give you.
I was just gonna go Futurama.
That's a good one.
Tell me why.
So
why not any of the other ones?
Well, I watched The Simpsons, but I think Futurama is funnier than The Simpsons just because it's more completely adult themed and not family friendly.
So I'll tell you what. Let's do this, Heath, since I'm giving you so much hard work. Let's run off the honorable mentions, right?
I'm not ready for honorable mentions. I have 3 more that need time.
Too bad. Let's run off the honorable mentions, and you got to give me a 30-second run-through, Diva, of your honorable mentions. That's what the honorable mentions will get, 30 seconds.
I'm not ready for honorable mentions. I have 3 more that are really good and deserve the time in the sun.
This is why our episodes when you hear be like 2 hours. You know that, right?
Fine, I'll honorable mention them, but it's not fair, and I'm really upset about it.
What I'm gonna throw you an alley oop so deep.
No, that's not fair. We gotta finish this round before you honorable mention.
I'm saying I'm giving him an alley oop so that he can finish the round. Jesus Christ!
I haven't even said anything.
Because obviously you want to get this one off. You see, looking at her list all sad. I was gonna say Final Space. Because that's something me and you both watched and enjoyed.
I know. I don't recommend Final Space because it's going to be incomplete for probably forever. So I don't like to put people in that hot seat.
So what I will tell you about Final Space is because they found a way to finish it. The network won't let them make an animation. They have a contract saying that they won't. I read an article about this. I'm pretty sure I spoke about it.
Yeah, you did.
There's an article basically saying they cannot finish via animation. That's contractual, right? However,
why can't they finish? Why don't they want them to finish though?
I don't remember.
They don't own the rights.
Yeah, they don't. They don't own the rights, and they were at. Yeah, go ahead. You can go for it.
Essentially, the company that owned the rights canceled them, and it's not gonna not gonna renew them. But they also own the rights to the rest of the animation, so they can't animate it themselves through their own ways. Even though the creator himself, he put out a video. You can find it on YouTube. It's called "Final Space Goodbye" or something like that. And he was really sad that he telling fans like it's not going to get animated. I don't know if it will ever get animated. I know so many of you love the show, but like a lot of legal stuff, which is basically that's it. They don't own the rights to finish the animation. The studio that does is not going to give it up. So what I will say is they found a way around it. Legal way that everybody agreed upon. What they're going to do now is finish it via graphic novel. So apparently there's a time skip that happens after the last episode, to which they're trying to figure out how to defeat Invictus. And
after that, it's supposed to be, I think the contract says that it can't be animated. It has to be less than 300 pages and something else. So they're making an animated, not animated, they're making a comic to finish out the story. So from the last episode to the conclusion, 300 pages is what they got to smash it in. They had a Patreon or GoFundMe for it not that long ago. And like you could vote on how you wanted some characters to look, because they had like 3 different looks, and like, how do you want this character to look after time skip? Shit like that. So they are concluding it. You just have to pick up a graphic novel.
Okay.
I know that I want to see it animated. I love Gary's relationship of his hate for Kevin. When Kevin was floating and Gary saw that and he started crying. Like, oh my God. It's like he finally cares about him, and he's like, no, he's just happy
He's
that
finally
he's
dead.
Like that, and he was a lot. So essentially, Gary was a prisoner because of he's an idiot. He fucked up the space fleet's ships and something. So they put him up on a spaceship by himself for 5 years in his own prison. And one of his tortures was he gets a robot that's going to be his best friend, but he's super annoying.
It's supposed to be his mental health assistant.
Yeah, because he's up there by himself for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So Gary hates him because he's just all this annoying positive energy that over time it's annoying. And he spits out cookies from his stomach. And he's always cookies with the damn robot. Throughout the show, Kevin thinks him and Gary are best friends. And Kevin's literally like, not Kevin, Gary. Kevin thinks him and Gary are best friend. And Gary's like, I hate you. I want you to die. At every turn, he tells him that throughout the show. And it's so funny because Kevin will be like to other people, it's like, oh, he's just joking. That's just how we joke around, you know? Like, no, I'm serious.
Actively uses Kevin as a bullet shield frequently.
Yes. Frequently.
Ironically, they made these
they're super durable.
They're basically indestructible. They were made to actually be a shield for Earth, but they got repurposed into mental health robots. So you can't destroy them.
You can't destroy your mental health robot.
Actively trying to destroy him, and it's like he always comes back, and he's just like, God damn it.
Oh my God, I need to go back and watch the show. It was so good.
Yeah, Final Space is a comedy. I wouldn't call it a drama in any sense. It's an action comedy. It's animated. If you're into sci-fi, spaceships, space battles, space-related travel. If you like Guardians of the Galaxy, Final Space is for you. I will say that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you are a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, you're getting all of that with Final Space. Fucking Tribor's son, Quattro goes hard, by the way.
Oh my God, there's so many great characters, and they do have a little bit of character development. Even the villains have their own character development. Overall, it's a fun watch. You won't find the ending, of course.
Keith David also voices in there, by the way.
I don't know where.
Does he really? I love
he was
Keith
a Titan.
David. His name's Bolo.
There he is. He was the good Titan.
Right.
Invictus fucked his wife, remember? You fucked my wife.
Invictus fucked his wife.
Oh, great show.
Since I have to I only get one more to kind of really talk through, and I mentioned it. It was mentioned earlier, and I definitely wanted to talk about it. It's called Record of Ragnarok.
That's an anime.
Is it an anime?
That's an anime.
Well, I guess I'm not talking about Record of Ragnarok. Now y'all gotta wait for me to sulk and figure out what I want to talk about now.
Sulk? I gotta wait for that? Do it in like 3x.
Got it.
There we go.
All right. So it was this one again is another serious one. It's called Hitman Monkey.
Yeah. That was a good one. I forgot about that one. Season 2's coming out.
So it's not really funny. It just has a funny premise because the monkey is a hitman and he's being haunted by actual hitman, and he's out taking revenge for his death, and he goes around killing people. So think of let's take John Wick and make him a monkey, and that's Monkey Hitman or Hitman Monkey.
So I believe he's an actual character in the don't quote me on the DC universe because it's darker, but yeah, he's an actual character in there. You can look up. He has comics. It like she said, it's exactly what it sounds like. A little bit more context. His family was killed. He was an outcast monkey. He's one of those monkeys that like bathe in the hot springs. He was an outcast, but then his family was killed by humans, and he went out for the old elder monkey was like, "Don't do it. Let it go, little monkey. It's not what we do." But he met a hitman and was like, "Nah, I'ma do it." And he did people in, and now he's haunted by the ghost of the hitman, who kind of guides him through his journey. They're attached now. It's really good. Surprisingly, it was really good. I didn't think it was gonna be good because it was following a monkey that's a hitman, but it's really funny. It's got a great amount of action. It's good. I liked it. I liked it more than I thought I would.
It's very I suggest it because like if you like those like action-y like movies, so like I'm talking like your John Wicks and stuff like that, it's very much that vibe. He's just a monkey. That's literally the only difference. It has like a couple of funny beats every now and again, but it's very like the tone of it is very serious, and it is a little gory. So if you are, oh, excuse me, yep. Comics, it is Marvel.
It's Marvel? Oh damn! I wouldn't have thought it was Marvel. I thought it was DC.
Yeah. But if you like action and guns and swords fights, this is definitely for you. So I would suggest Hitman Monkey.
All right, so I'm gonna run through my what are they called? My honorable mentions. Yeah, and I'm just gonna give you kind of the 30-second spiel for each, if that. Just some shows that I think are really good cartoons or animations to watch.
I only have 2 more then.
Yeah, same.
So, cool.
Going back to that age of animation with Symbiotic Titan, Generator Rex. It was a really good show. It was really quick. Had a very interesting premise, how we were all infected with these robotic nanites that could cause you to mutate into monsters, but he had special nanites that could turn them, that could deactivate them. He could also make weapons. Yeah, he basically had the antibodies. He was basically anti-venom, and we all had venom in us. It was a really cool story. It got really deep really fast, and it was really interesting. They also did a collab with Ben 10, which is my other recommendation, a show that has 6 different series. Only watch 5 of them. Don't watch the reboot Ben 10. But if you watch it, it's got a really good story all the way through. It's got really good character development for Ben Tennyson, who goes from being kind of a bratty little trickster to being a true hero. Ben 10 can solo Goku. You can't change my mind on that. It's really good. I say watch all the seasons. If you're a binger, it's a really good series to watch. It's got like I said, 5 different series with multiple seasons. Go for it. And then the last one on that list is Samurai Jack, also by Ted Grundy, or the animation style is the same as Ted Grundy's Primal. Really good show. While we were in college, or while I was in college, that's when it got its fifth and final season to conclude the show. Because it kind of ended on not a cliffhanger, but kind of the premise that no matter what he does, he's gonna kind of keep getting sent back. To then they finally concluded it, and it was a great conclusion, as well as a lot more adult than the other seasons, with people actually finally dying now, and Jack going through some existential crisis, being effectively immortal in the future. So I would recommend that to anyone. It's a great show.
Even like Samurai Jack. Okay, so my last 2 is so the first one I'm gonna say is Black Dynamite. If you want a fun show with like black people in the 70s, like think of like funny Shaft, Black Dynamite is for you.
Damn, I wish I gave you time to say that one. That's a great one.
Yeah, it follows this black agency that's like in the 70s as they take out contracts to do whatever. It's mostly killing contracts.
He was solving crimes, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a crime solver, so he's like solving mysteries.
He's a PI. He's a private investigator. But he also owns a orphanage.
Yes.
That's a whore house with orphans in it as well.
Orphanage inside.
That's what I thought you said. Orphanage.
Yeah, it's a orphanage. The whores take care of the orphans, but they also, do whore stuff. It's a lot of fun. It has a lot of action, but and it's black. So, which is always fun. And then the last one, it's a twofer. It's Harley Quinn and then Kite Man Hell Yeah. So Harley Quinn is basically like Harley Quinn stepping out on her own, becoming her own supervillain without the name of Joker attached to it. Harley Quinn has 3 seasons.
want to say.
I think that's 4.
Double check. Just want to make sure I get that right. Sorry. There it is.
It's a good binge.
It's a great binge. It's a great binge.
Was it 4 seasons?
So 4 seasons.
I
Harley
was
Quinn
right.
has
I'm
4
good with
seasons.
this.
Yeah, Harley Quinn has 4 seasons. So like the first season, like there, she's just trying to find her own and her getting into her own, her mix-ins with the Bat family and all that stuff, and it aligns closer to the current storyline of like her and Poison Ivy being a love interest. But oh, so sorry. But then you have Kite Man Hell Yeah. So you meet Kite Man in Harley Quinn. It touches on some of those lesser known characters. So there's Condiment Man, some of those characters from the Batman comic book series, which were just like dumb characters. But
Condiment Man.
he gets, yeah. And Kite Man, he takes over, he buys the bar where like the villains bar that all the villains go to. He buys that bar, and it's just the shenanigans of him owning that bar. And for like, well, not even a spoiler, the anti-life equation is in the bar. And if you know anything about the DC universe, Darkseid wants the anti-life equation to be able to take over the universe. So it's him owning that bar and people trying to shut it down, and all that stuff, because that they know it's there and they're trying to get their hands on it. So if you really want something that's funny and just a different take on the DC universe, and just the villain's perspective, because I love a villain's perspective, Harley Quinn, watch Harley Quinn first and then watch Kite Man Hell Yeah. You do have to do that and at least meet Kite Man so you can get why he is who he is.
All right.
So yeah.
There we go. Continuing the episode from where we were, going into the fucking news. Jesus Christ, that shouldn't have been as hard as it was.
Sorry. We know we didn't do that for animes.
We can go back and do it some other time.
Okay.
I just thought to do it now. All right. Continuing the episode, let's get into the news now that we've done our topics, because the news is something that is pretty quick here. Where did my notes go? Oh, there they are. So for the news.
The beginning.
My news got mixed up with some other stuff. Devil May Cry is getting its own Netflix adaptation. A lot of people are excited about that. And honestly, my biggest prediction for it is the horniness that's gonna come with. People are going to say Virgil has daddy energy. They're going to say both, honestly. There's going to be a lot of people joining the white-haired fan club community who are going to be like, both of them at the same time. Absolutely. And I'm going to be like, you know what? I get it.
It's crazy.
So as we know, super gamer over here. So I'm super excited for this show. I
Stop
can't
the
wait
cap.
for it to
I need
come
a
out.
button for that. I'm going to hit that every time you say that.
I'm super excited. Just like I was excited for Castlevania, I'm excited for this. It looks really good, so I'm ready to go.
As a super big Devil May Cry fan, I'm excited because Dante is a very enjoyable character who I've modeled some characters I've created off of. Specific, whether it be his clothes, his demeanor, his style, or his personality, because his personality is one that has so much fun. He's one of those people that enjoys his job and only gets serious as needed. And following the Devil May Cry series, something that was super interesting to me was that Dante only seeks power as needed. He's not someone who's like, oh, when he's not fighting the big bad devil, he's out looking for the next thing. He's like, nope, I'm gonna use the basics, and if I need to use this other stuff, I will.
For sure.
Because he has a huge fucking arsenal that he could be using, but he just doesn't.
Very versatile.
Excited. I really am. And you know, Netflix has really been impressing me with their shows lately. Like,
I think they
they've
saw
really
where the
been
bag
impressive.
was and they went with it full fledged. And
Yeah,
I
they
don't
were
blame
like,
them. They did a good job.
They were like, nerds, y'all just gonna give us your money? Here are all your nerd shows. All the nerd shows.
Right. He,
I mean,
anything
we're
to say
getting-
about that?
Honestly, dog, I'm excited. I don't know too much of the Devil May Cry universe, but I have seen the anime. I have played some of the games. I am a fan of the character, And who doesn't like a demon slaying white-haired Chad? Like, come on
Everybody
now.
loves a white hair Chad.
For those who don't know, news point number 2: Across the Spider-Verse has been moved again.
We know. I mean,
I'm not mad at it. See, look. It's not coming out until I believe 2027 now. I think that's what they said. I don't have it in front of me, and I wish I did. I'm so sorry. I think
my thing is, you left us on a cliffhanger. Give me something. Give me a little bit.
Just a taste.
I mean, just give me the tip. Just give me the tip.
Just a taste.
Just a taste.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe someone sent me an article. I gotta find it. I apologize. I usually have these things on hand, but I believe it's 2027 that's coming out. I will correct this in the next episode, most definitely. But I'm not mad at it, no matter what. You want to know why? Specifically because, for those of you who don't know Across the Spider-Verse's backstory, they scrapped the whole movie like a few years in because they were like, "Nah, we need to do this whole thing over," and that's one of the reasons why it's so good. They really put they're all into it, and I'm hoping that the pressure doesn't get to them and they just do what they did the last time and just put their all into it. That's all I want, because if they do what they did last time and just put their all in it, it's gonna be a good movie. It's gonna be a flick, dog.
Still hate Gwen. I don't care what nobody say. She wrong. Dead wrong.
That's hilarious. Heath, how do you feel about the movie getting pushed?
I honestly don't care. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed both movies, but I've never seen either movie in theaters. I saw them good and well when they were free somewhere because I just didn't care enough to think about it until they came out. But when I did see them, I held my skepticism in, and then I was like, yo, those were great movies. Like, those are really good animated movies. I cannot contest that. So it getting pushed, I have no issues. I'll probably forget after this meeting, not gonna lie to you. And I won't remember until I see an article. Like, that's how I feel about a lot of movies.
Okay, so I don't have to come back to it. I found out why. So one of the reasons is because of Hollywood strikes that's going on right now. So
yeah,
voice actors and everything are on strike, especially in games, because that's been going on for a while. I'm pretty sure I talked about this, but a lot of gaming companies are trying to use AI to supplement the voice actors' voices in some things. And they started doing it for small stuff, but then now they're doing it for bigger stuff. And a lot of the actors are like, no, that's not going to happen. I do not give you permission to use my voices like this. You're going to pay me. You're not just going to like take recordings of my voice and find a way around paying me. Like, nah. I will send you the updated voice thing if you need it, but like, don't cheat me on my bread.
Yeah.
So that being said, yeah, but that's one of the reasons, but it got pushed until about 2027 is what they believe. So I'm not mad at it, because if it's a labor of love and they're not rushing, I'm perfectly fine. You can tell me 2030. I'd be upset that it takes that long, but as long as that movie's good and has a great conclusion, give me a 3-hour movie then. I'm not gonna lie to you. Give me 3 hours. Because the last one I think was like 2.5.
Yeah, pretty long.
It felt
so quick. For how long
once you
it was,
realize
it
like
felt
how long
quick.
you were there, you're like, okay, yeah, that was a movie. But it also was like, but it also felt over so quick because it ends on a cliffhanger. So you already feel like you're like, oh, I got more movie. Like, I know I've been here a minute, but I have more movie. And they're like, but you don't. So, but yeah.
So that being said, yeah, most definitely. I am excited, but a little sad. I don't really have that many news. Funny news point, right? That also kind of made me very upset. I don't know if y'all know this, but the Hawk Tua girl, she has a number 4 podcast on the U.S. charts.
Go to the next news point.
Excuse me?
Y'all gonna because that's. We've had a podcast for how many years now?
I believe it's Talk Tua with Haley something. I think that's the name of it.
No. She should have just kept it simple. Talk Tua with Hawk Tua. That's it. That's it. Keep it simple.
No, because y'all got to learn her name. Y'all can't keep calling her the Hawk Tua.
Yeah, I got to be known. I mean, I told you guys a while ago that some people we're trying to get her a TV show. She has a TV show now, I think, actually.
Crazy.
All it takes is talk about spitting on that thing, huh?
You just gotta go viral one time. Greg, show them your titties.
Honestly, you gotta give it to her because she took that viral moment and she capitalized on it in a lot of ways that most people could not.
She don't have
Like,
to work
Or would
yeah.
not.
until she burns out. If here's the crazy thing about it. The crazy thing about it is if she has, I've never listened, but if she has some good content going, like she just happens to be one of those interesting people or like funny people, then she never has to work. Otherwise, you just gotta wait for it to fizzle out. It always does.
Yeah.
You just need the springboard, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just need something to get you into the public eye. If I'm being real with you.
That's it.
But that's honestly that's kind of all the news I had. I'm not gonna lie to you. It wasn't a big news week this week.
That's
honestly.
okay because we had a long episode talking about shows, so it's cool.
Oh, it's cool because
Don't wanna-
we got to get into your
won't burn
ears.
y'all
I
out.
didn't forget this time.
So this is actually
It's like
actually
we're
had to
skipping years.
scramble. This one, huh?
No, go ahead.
so
They should make
so-
twister ears, but hurricane ones.
No, I'm really upset about the hurricane. So this will actually be not my last rides ear, but like my last typical rides ears because I'll be switching to a Halloween theme. Yay. Starting next episode. But I was like, oh, I need one more ride because to start my Halloween theme, I am going to start with rides that are like spooky. So this one is based off of the Aladdin ride. If you've ever ridden it, these are just the Jasmine ears. So this is the Princess Jasmine ears. I saw them around for a while, but I did not get them. I actually got these at the outlet for a reduced price. Don't ask me what the reduced price is. I don't remember. But they are super cute. They're pretty plain in the back. They're just black, but it's like the gem that she wears and kind of the Arabian Nights moon with the stars and stuff. And the moons and the stars are like, well, the stars are like little starry thingies. You can like touch them, and then the moons are stitched in and other little baby stars. I thought they were super cute. And so last ride reference before we start getting into spooky season, which you can't see them right now, but those are the ears that actually have to stay in my office because they all glow in the dark.
Oh.
Fun note about
like
Diva's house that's fucking terrifying. They have like a Chucky and a Tiffany doll.
We do.
And one time I was staying there and it's just looking at you in the living room. I'm like, dog, this is the most terrifying thing as a person who doesn't live here. Because I woke up like just on the couch and it just staring at me. I'm like, no. And she wonders why I don't want to come and stay. That's fucking creepy. And then they want to put it in the other room.
You sleep in the game room.
Nope. And then they said they want to put it in the other room where it's like people sleep. So it's like,
we can take it out. He's saying it like they're not movable. We can move them to other places.
I'm pretty sure they move on their own. They're just gonna come back.
That's my only question.
Huh?
Are they life size? That is my only question.
Life sizes in people size or life sizes in actual toy doll?
Actual
yes.
To them.
Yes, to them size. Yes.
Yes. There's the scale. They're 1-to-1. Mm-hmm.
I love that. That is awesome. I would love to be there.
Thanks, Heed. It's okay. Greg promised me 2 episodes ago that he was going to come visit, and guys, he backed out. I want to make sure all of you know that he's not coming to visit me, and he said he was going to do it, and he's not.
The function got moved. Sorry,
that's because he got Trap Sushi in DC, so he was like, "I'm okay with that."
Well, the function also got moved because the one they were having in September got moved to Halloween.
Yeah.
So I can't come actually.
But this is Halloween. This
But guess what? This ain't Halloween Town. You feel me?
Yeah. But by the time you guys listen to this episode, Hurricane will have passed. But yeah, Hurricane Helena. Me and her got beef.
Helena or Elena?
I don't know, but I got beef with that bitch.
Her.
Hurricane. I barely know her.
Because I was supposed to go to the
He'd heard my corny joke. It's okay.
I heard it. So I was supposed to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party tomorrow night. Super excited. I've never been, but everyone who goes has a wonderful time. Looks so cool. Well, it's canceled because of the hurricane. Disney parks are actually closed, which is crazy. It's not something they do often, so they must really be worried about this hurricane. And then
food and
also
water.
whole bunch of water. But recently there's been a lot of flooding at the parks. I don't know what's going on with that, so I'm pretty sure that's more so why, because if they get too much rain
on swamps. What are you talking about?
But like their water irrigation system, so whatever the water is supposed to drain out through in the parks, is not doing its job well.
I'm gonna repeat myself. They're built on swamps.
Yes, but
Like, I don't know why the park's sinking, man. It's like, maybe it's the swamp section right here.
so like you've all probably seen it like on TikTok, and it's like Disney's flooding, and it's people like literally walking through like 6 inches of water. So that's most likely why they closed some of the parks, especially it's really happening mostly in Magic Kingdom. So, but I'm really upset because it's not like, and everybody, you're probably like, oh, they'll probably just give you another day. No, they can't, because all of the other dates are sold out, because I bought these tickets back in August. And now it's sold out, so they are refunding me my money, fine, but I don't want my money. I want to go to the fucking party.
Give me a premium pass for next year. I'll take that.
So I'm gonna miss Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party this year, and I'm really, really sad. Like, I'm really upset about it. Now, they did say to call back on Friday, because they're gonna see about doing a new day, because like it's they aren't able to like move people's tickets. Like, they aren't able to offer anything that most people will want. So they're going to see if they're going to be able to add a day to the schedule. I don't even care if I have to come after Halloween. Like, I don't care if y'all have me, I'm like going to account. Like, I don't care if y'all have mine on November 1st. I don't care. I will come November 1st to see Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party post Halloween.
I gotta say, I'm excited for November.
What's in November, Greg?
Thanksgiving. The best holiday ever.
Holiday. It is, and I'm gonna miss it with my family, so I'm probably gonna be a little sad.
We'll get into it another day.
You don't like big back Christmas?
I can't understand. Look, I'm very logical at most times. I can't understand the concept. When I ask people, what are you excited most about Thanksgiving? Nobody says family first. They say the food. I'm like, do you not eat every day? What am I missing here?
Okay, so that's why you're missing it. You don't get to eat Thanksgiving food every day, nigga.
Why not?
Because specific people. Wait. I got you. I'm gonna bring it. No.
You don't get judged for eating.
You don't, because you can get 5 plates stacked to the ceiling. No one's judging. I'm judging. But here's the thing: you have the specific people who cook it the best coming and producing the food. You got the person that makes the ham. You got the person that makes the turkey. You got the person that makes the mac. You got the person that makes the collards. You got the person that makes usually some type of sweet potato something. And then you also got everyone else who's coming with the best dish. That is like the Olympics or the beauty pageant of dishes. Like, nobody on Thanksgiving, you don't try new shit. You come with the shit you know how to cook the best. Period.
Like, why are you excited for the Super Bowl?
That's not the same concept.
It is. It's the Super Bowl. You
can watch football any day.
The Super Bowl. Can I watch the Super Bowl every day?
Technically, yes.
Yes. I watch a new Super Bowl every day with new teams every day. No.
What Super Bowl? How many are there? I don't know.
Exactly.
You got 52. You can watch one a week.
Yeah, you can watch one a week.
59, I think, is this year, if I'm not mistaken.
So, doesn't matter. But my point is, you get the best of the best is the point. You don't get this average food.
As a grown man who's been cooking and living on his own since he was 17, y'all just don't be experimenting enough. Because if you was in there, if you was in there food wars and up with yourself,
I challenge you to a shokugeki at this very moment, because you being mad disrespectful. We gonna have to. You come in town, you best bring that chefing equipment.
Lucky my bandana is too far. I put that shit on.
Wait, I don't have a bandana. I got a bonnet. Man, shokugeki up, dog. What's good?
You want to play a game with him, nigga? Let's play a game.
Your shit going shokugeki up, nigga. What's good? Oh my goodness. Let's get into weeks.
Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday by far.
Absolutely.
Most people it is. I don't judge. It's okay. I have my personal opinions on it. I leave it at that. I just don't share.
You get to watch football there. You shouldn't be upset.
I hate watching football at those events. People just ask me questions the whole game.
I'm sorry that you're the football aficionado too. I didn't choose this life for you. You did.
Okay. How about you? How about you write your questions down? Ask me when the game's over. We can do the rerun, play by play.
That would be
Don't
very
ask
fair. We can go through the highlights play by play.
Yes. It's okay.
Oh my
Holiday
goodness.
book line. Anyway,
weeks.
the weeks, he said.
So, what'd you guys do this week? I want to go last.
I went to work and I girl bossed too hard, and now I'm here. And I spent the weekend resting because, of course, I think I told y'all we had an episode since I've been out, right?
No.
It's your first one back, dog.
It's your first time back. You've been gone a month.
So we don't even know what you did.
No, I took off. I put in my PTO. My boss, Greg, approved it. It was Chris's birthday.
I approved it.
Was Chris's
I swear I rejected that. Said get your ass to work.
No,
It went to HR, and HR overrid your denial.
That makes sense.
Jordan's that type of person.
We actually did a little less than we planned to do. I will say Halloween Horror Nights this year was a disappointment. I think I'm gonna do a reel on it, but it's not gonna be that great because we didn't stay long. We did not enjoy ourselves. The vibes were not there. I was not scared. So that kind of sucked. But we did have a really nice time chilling at the resort. Killian had his first hotel stay. He did such a good job. He's such a good boy. We ate a lot of food. We ate hot pot. We had Kobe's. We had dinner at STK, which was really nice. Best steak of my life. I'm talking like melt like butter in your mouth. It was good. And then we went to the parks. We did what we do. I finally got to see the DreamWorks land. That reel is out, so you can take a look at that about my time there. I had that. It was cute. It's really cute. It's super well done. Not for us. It is for the kiddos. But yeah, that's all I did. Then this weekend passed. I just rested because I was tired. I did a lot and I was sleepy. Yeah.
Fair. I guess my week's up next. I had my upper wisdom teeth removed on Thursday. I already had the bottom ones removed last year. Ooh, 2% coupon. I thought I muted you. I am so sorry. I was not as in much pain as when I had the bottom ones taken out. And if I'm being honest, it's because of how long ago I was supposed to get the upper ones taken out. This might be TMI, but my upper ones, they told me in March, we are now in September, that they definitely needed to come out ASAP because of tooth decay. They kept scheduling me Wednesday at noon. I don't know anyone that doesn't work a 9 to 5, so it's hard for me to find people to take me because they refuse to let me go on my own. I'm not getting into that tangent. Anyways, long story short, it didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. Last time it hurt way more. I've been living my best life since, even though I'm not supposed to be eating solid foods for like another week, well, a couple days, doing it anyway. Work has been absolutely terrible. You know how you can see shit's gonna hit the fan? Like you see it building towards hitting the fan.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing everything in your power to stop it, or at least stop yourself from being in the middle of it. But everyone's just like ignoring you, and it's ultimately going to come to a head, and you're going to be the point of blame, even though you've said that you didn't want to. That is my life with work at right now. So it's not fun at all. But shitty week, honestly, shitty week. Got to do some work after this, so all good.
10 p.m. They can suck your dick. Tell them from the back.
Oh. True.
Oh, how I wish. If I don't do it now, I'm getting a bunch of emails tomorrow morning about why it wasn't done. And now I'm just more behind. I need to catch up before the weekend hits.
Damn. I feel bad talking about my week now because I was like, I got a lot of work done. I made a t-shirt design. I got to open up my t-shirt press and use it. Was going to unveil the first shirt. You feel me? Got this one done. This is the one I made. He has a similar one on the way. Is it? I'm a good slime slurp. If you haven't seen Reincarnated as a Slime, you know. So it's a vibe, you feel me? Goddamn, I was feeling good. Y'all depressing as fuck.
Don't let our shits
Yeah.
Your
What's
shit.
Nah,
the
shit,
joy?
y'all shit ruined my day.
Let's-
Your shit ruined my day. No,
let's-
Because our
let's-
shit stink don't mean yours got
Let's
to.
live through you.
yeah. No, I got to finish a print that I really wanted for Benny Maru. I made a t-shirt print for that. I got to test out my t-shirt printer that I bought a while ago, but now the t-shirts and the prints were here, so I finally got to use it. Probably gonna make a reel on that this week. I gotta edit. I got a lot done pressing. I got to basically learn I need larger prints because I made a couple of 21 Blackjack shirts and like 1 or 2 Beaver Nerdy shirts where it's like, all right, I can fix this. Like, I can make this really dope. And then I started getting to work on my Isagi from Blue Lock. I'm making a shirt for him. Now, I'm still learning what I want to do. If I like doing the whole, like, you know, little patch right here, something in the middle that's small, and then huge on the back. I really like shirts like that. That's what I like to wear. But I also want to experiment with doing, like, huge on the fronts. I beat 2 games this week. Let's go. I beat Wukong, and I got the secret ending because I defeated all the bosses except for one that I got locked out of his quest. But I defeated all the bosses. The other one would have been easy. The last boss, the difficulty spike for that shit is immense. It goes from being like, oh, I might be able to beat this boss in 1 or 2 tries to I'm gonna fuck you over a barrel no lube all the diddy. And
You or him?
he did to me various times.
We need a clarification of the bending.
I suffered is what happened. I tried that boss so many times, and when I finally beat it, I had an ant's piss worth of health left. I had no health, but I beat it, and I had to look up kind of what the ending meant because there's 2 endings if you didn't know to Wukong. One's considered the bad ending where you're essentially trapped forever and never get to reincarnate again, or like if you reincarnate you'll be stuck in the rock. And then the other one is freedom. I play the game and understand it a little bit more, but it was a really good game. If there wasn't so many performance issues in general, I'd give it a 10, but I gotta give it a solid 8, 9. Good story, good gameplay. You run through enemies quick to get to big bosses that all fight differently. I can honestly tell you, no 2 bosses fight the same. No 2 boss fights feel the same. Most bosses you'll be able to get through on your first try. Honestly, like the final boss, he wasn't as hard as the secret boss. And he had 3 phases. And I beat them all without dying. It was actually light work as compared to the secret boss that took me several hours to beat. But
Jesus.
yeah. But beating the secret boss gives you this really fun thing. This really fun after boss fight you get, and you get this dope weapon. But you can New Game Plus it, and it has already been confirmed that DLC is coming out for the game. So I'm really excited about that. The other game I beat was Space Marines. I beat that today right before the pod because I wanted to get through that. The story's not that long, but I wanted to get through the story so I could start playing like the other stuff and start making my own Space Marine because I really wanted to get into that. And then as I called Heed excited about this the other day. I finally got past a part in Baldur's Gate 3 that I was stuck on that made me stop playing the game because I was like, I had a very hard decision to make that would have gotten a bunch of people blown up. So I ended up like just taking my time and doing this other part and then saving the people. But basically, I'm finally playing Baldur's Gate 3 again. Me and he played our game again, and I'm having so much fun. That and Humankind. So it's like Sparks reignited, and I have so many games to like finish. So it was like it was good to finally finish the other games so I could focus on Space Marines and Baldur's Gate now again. And we picked up For Honor 2 and Heat. I'm not gonna lie to you, we were just that good. Me and he were getting washed. We picked it up one night. We trained a little bit. We practiced a little bit, and then we're like, let's hop in some games. We were doing ass, but then I was like, are we just that bad now, or niggas just that good? Turns out we were just that good. We were just that good.
We have to get back into it. Skill gap's crazy.
Yeah, because
Hey,
we were washing niggas, dog. What happened to us?
I mean, I was occasionally, but like as a team, like we went into most games and we won. Now we go into most games and we lose.
Yeah, we have a 50% win ratio, which in gaming is amazing. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
If every other game you're winning, that's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I will say,
100% win ratio.
speaking of her 100% win ratio, I really wish that Diva gamed as much as she does on her own, but with us, because Baldur's Gate 3 with her would be...
Oh, she would love... I would just follow her and do whatever she wanted. You're the leader. I'm just here for the vibes.
Because y'all will not understand this, but as much as me and Greg game together, there's a common theme where he will find a way to murder me. It's never intentional. It's always accidental, especially in turn-based games like Baldur's Gate and the one we played before that. He always finds a way to blow me up and murder me. And it's never intentional.
Because I be looking at the radius and I be like, cool, I'm gonna put it just outside of where he is. And then somehow he gets hurt every time.
Like, there are games where he's like, don't worry, I got this. And I don't even ask questions. I wait to see what he does. It'll be like some forced explosion, and I just see my character fly off the map and die. And I'm just like, I expected that. It's okay.
To be fair, he expected that in a situation. In the past couple times we played, has not happened to him. I've actually been the one getting blown up, but it was this one room. He was like, I know there's this really hard thing to beat in there. Once they hit you, you're kind of stuck, and they'll just jump you. And I was like, let me take care of this. And guess what? Blowing it up worked.
I don't know what your family did during 4th of July, but I'm assuming he was in the backyard, but in a corner with a bunch of fireworks, just like enjoying himself.
Family, believe it or not, like, we didn't really blow up fireworks. I did my first fireworks, like, actually as a date with this guy. We won't do all the other stuff, but yeah.
It's still cute. But yeah, I think you would very much enjoy playing a game like that.
Oh yeah, you would love Baldur's Gate. It's so much fun.
Make your own character,
you
have your own
bitches.
Yeah.
I can fuck bitches.
Yeah.
You can fuck all the bitches.
You know how I feel
spend
about
all
bitches.
your money. You have to, build. No, with Lae'zel, you don't have to do shit but kill people. But like everyone else, you kind of gotta build a reputation with, and then they'll be like, "I like you. Have a cupcake. Have my cupcake." And then you can eat that cupcake. And then some people, when you eat that cupcake, will let you go into the whorehouse and have sex with twins.
Twins?
One's a guy, one's a girl.
That they was real sisters.
No, one's a guy, one's a girl. Twins.
My kind of twins.
Oh, God. That's crazy. But yeah, Baldur's Gate's fun. But that's my week. I've been working on a lot of stuff. In terms of just creative stuff and just getting back into what I like to do. I need to clean my house, which I'm gonna do tomorrow. So those are my things I've been doing. But yeah, he's got a shirt coming. I have it packaged wherever it is. It's right here. I gotta get a label
for Greg's packages.
I gotta get a label for you, and then you'll get this. Some goodies in here. Steve, I have nothing for you because you suck.
Podcast shirt.
That you stole from me.
Shirts.
I should have won that. You stole it from me.
I won.
You did not. I proved that I'm faster than you.
No.
It's on camera.
4K.
It's on 4K.
And 4K. I have a bag of podcast shirts, so I think I win. But
I guess I can print them same shirts, big dog. It's got to go through the wash test. So it came out really good, as you can see, but it's got to go through the wash test. I got to see how it goes after it's been washed. So
that is important.
It's the scariest part, actually.
It is. I haven't washed my shirt. I haven't worn it. I mean, I did wear it in some videos, but I just had it on.
Wet it up, iron on.
Oh God, that's so terrifying. I feel like it.
But I mean, that's a good test. That's a good test.
Because I mean, I'm talking a lot now. I'm just taking up time. I'll talk to y'all about it afterwards. But that's the end of the episode for everybody. This is episode 114 of the Bmore Animated podcast. I hope you enjoyed this and got some shows out of it. And I hope you like watch some of the shows. If you do, message us. Let us know what you watched. Let us know what you liked. Because we really like doing this, and we like recommending stuff, and it seems like you guys like it too. So let us know how we did. But that's it for us. You can follow me at GalaxyGreg_ for all of my content stuff, and then my personal is Mr. Space Waits. Be sure to follow the podcast at Bmore Nerdy on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm working on getting the YouTube videos out. It's a lot of work. It takes forever for them to upload, so bear with us as I try to catch back up with that. Diva.
What it is, little dummies. It's your girl, Diva XOXO. And remember to comment, like, share, subscribe. We talked about this in our chat, but watch the videos and don't like our stories. Like the video, please. And it's not even being mean. It helps us. Like, it helps us get out to more people, and the more people we get out to, the more we can do this thing that y'all like, that we all like. You can follow me on Instagram at the Diva XOXO. That's where you're gonna find all of my content from now on. My personal page is, of course, available for you to follow, but I mean, none of the fun stuff is there. That's just me being cute and going like this. So, if you want to see that, go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely a major gripe. Because I promise you, your favorite content creator thinks the same thing. You liking the image of the post does not help in any way. But the thought is there, and we always appreciate it. But just like the actual post. It takes an extra 3 seconds. Trust me, I do it all the time. It's maybe 3 seconds. 5 if you're slow at tapping. But you can follow me, Easter Boy HD, no TV, but you can follow me at HD_N0_TV, and you'll find the rest in there. Just check out my latest cosplay. I thought it was fun. Some people thought it was fun. A lot of people had no idea who I was, which is tragic. But
I gotta figure out what I'm doing for Halloween, because I actually want to dress up. But we are the Be More Nerdy podcast, and remember to be more nerds. Peace.
Gotcha.